put behind him. First topic of the day: the NBA ratings at an all-time low, and what could be the reasons for it? Let me change that style. Yep. Oh, there you go. So, what do you think, Drew? What do you think of the top reasons? Everything I'm seeing online, it's mostly they're talking about low contact, no defense, no travels called, 3-point galore, flopping, and in-season tournaments. Um, Basically, if you look at the stats, I'll show you right here. I'll share a screen, which look at these stats here. Hold on. Is it this one? It's this one. Don't worry, I'll edit it to make it flow better. There it goes. Look at these stats. 2002 and 3 and 2006 and 7 were the lowest ratings in the NBA. Prior to that, it was the Jordan era, so we're talking 2-3 mil, which it almost hit with the Warriors, three-peat up over here, and the Heat era right here. They were doing pretty good.
Can we just appreciate those finals with the fucking Cavs and Warriors? Because,
If you don't get off
bro,
LeBron's dick, dude. All
no,
right.
but like
Anyway,
for real, we were spoiled. Like that shit was like
yeah.
the best. That's like I think that might be the best time in NBA history to watch basketball.
Probably the only time I rooted for LeBron was when he played the Warriors. The Warriors are just too stacked. That one year
Yeah.
we won, it was like 3-1, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the only time I rooted for LeBron. I was like, you know what? He's finally the underdog, and I actually enjoyed his game. Other than that, he's fucking trash.
Before we get
Hey,
Drew into a tangent, um, so this right here, this was their lowest in like 40 years, but it was the COVID seasons. But as you can see, like 17, 18, 18, 19, so it's trending down, picks back up here in 21, 22, 22, 23. Currently, this over the past 4 weeks, they're sitting at 1.4 mil ratings, which is abysmal. You were on the track to be the lowest ever. So, Drew, what do you think are the biggest issues as far as that goes?
like why? Like reasons for why it's so low?
Yeah,
Um, Bro, honestly, like you're gonna call me a LeBron dick rider, but I have to think like LeBron's not like that relevant anymore. Like the Lakers are trash. Fucking LeBron's great for the league. He's interesting as fuck. Everybody fucking like sports shows ain't got shit to talk about if you ain't got anything to talk about with LeBron. And I just feel like there's not that many interesting stars. Like Anthony Edwards, like he's cool, but like first of all, I don't give a fuck about the Timberwolves. Like that's a lame ass team to me. But I feel like it's like him, and then who else? Who else is interesting? Luka Doncic, he's good, but he cries a lot. Jokic, I hate him because he's just an out of shape dude. Why are you even good at basketball? And it kind of annoys me a little bit.
Right.
But it's like, and Wemby, bro, put on some muscle, you fucking child. Like, bro, like I hate a fucking
Have you seen Kobe
athlete that
dunk
don't look
on him?
like an athlete. Like,
hey, so I do think that you make a good point. There's not a lot of good personalities or stars in the NBA right now, for sure. There's a lot of good players, but like you said, the best players. I mean, Jokic, he doesn't even want to fucking. Oh, okay,
It's all good. Fuck it.
hey,
We're here.
take my fucking name out of this shit.
what name?
Wait, what's my display name? Because on my phone it says my full name.
You put it like that
I
before you
did.
enter. You get to change it.
Yeah, I saw that. But I was just trying to get back in real quick.
I
Fuck
know mine
him.
is still iceberg, but you guys can't see it on there, right? Or
Yeah, we can.
Right
oh,
now,
okay.
no,
Oh,
but
hold on. It took them away. Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I don't see y'all names on there.
I think it bugged and made all kinds of things weird. Hold on. Fucking Drew. You always fucking shit up. It says show display names, but I can't see it.
I feel like that's okay.
That's weird. That's okay. Whatever. No.
It's all good. Better for Drew anyway, so they don't give his whole government name out here.
Yeah, for real. Start getting death threats.
I hated your take.
Start getting hate mail. Why are you so fucking bald?
Bro, this
Man
just
can't
pissed
even
me
learn to
off.
fucking grow hair, and we want to take his basketball opinions seriously.
Right.
I don't know. Okay. Anyway. So as I was saying, Jokic, he's the best player in the NBA right now, but the guy doesn't even want to fucking speak in interviews or have personality or be present or like taunt or anything. He just wants to go push his goats around and stuff. And that's pretty much how we're seeing a lot of these personalities. It's like not everybody can be Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, bro. Marshawn Lynch is so fucking interesting, bro. Have you
Yeah,
ever seen
yeah.
those videos of like him telling people what to do, like what to say, and it's like a white guy saying some shit?
No.
I think I saw those. Yeah, that shit's funny as hell. No, so I think it's less about the personality and more about the games themselves. I think the 3-point the 3-pointer's killing it, man. There's no defense anymore. The rules of the game all go towards the offense. And the NBA, they think that, oh, hey, more offense, more fans. Well, I think the fans are speaking. We want to see more plays being set up to break the defense of the offense. The game is so fast paced right now. And also, I feel like too many games. Hey, I've always been a big. This is controversial, but man, NBA got too many games. NHL, too many games. Look at the NFL. Every
The
game
Kings.
means something. Yeah, look, every game means something in the NFL. And speaking of the NFL, right now the NFL playoffs are going on. Nobody's watching basketball. To me, even when like the diehard basketball fans are always going to watch the game. I think everybody else comes in after the All-Star break. After the All-Star break, that's when everybody else starts watching it. That's when football kind of dies down a little bit. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's the reason why. I think the personality. Sure, you got a good argument with that. Some of the old personalities, they're getting old now, right? Steph Curry, LeBron. These people are starting to move away. But I think it's man. I watched the Lakers game not too long ago, and it was literally 10 straight possessions of somebody shooting a three and missing.
It's funny you say that. Check this out. So I absolutely think it's the 3-point game
Yeah.
is the biggest thing. It's funny you say that because I'm pretty sure this is the one you saw. Check this out, guys. Watch this game. Watch this, Drew. This is the Phoenix Lakers game a few weeks ago. Boom. 1, 3-ball, miss. 2,
Right.
3-ball, miss.
Rick,
Watch this.
look how far they're shooting too.
Where's it? Look at it. Up, pull up, miss.
Yeah, come on, man.
There's 0 plays. There's 0 cuts, screens. Look at this.
Yeah.
Brick. Just, I mean,
It's
what happened to
it's
Steve
damn near a
Nash's
pickup basketball game.
Yeah, it looks like export.
The guys at the rec play better than this, dude.
Yeah, it looks like export. I
Looks
coach
like
an
the motherfuckers
AAU
at the
team.
YMCA.
I coach a AAU team, 6th graders, and all they want to do is hit threes, and they all miss. I tell them, I'm like, listen, man, you got to step inside the 3-point line. I don't want to see no more threes because you can't hit threes. Get that mid range going. I mean, people like Kevin Garnett back in the day, Tim Duncan. I mean, these guys were mid range kings.
Yeah.
And Dirk. Yeah. So, and that's another thing. No more centers. No more. The power forward. All these stretch forwards. I mean, basketball is just not the same anymore. I think the fans are speaking, loud and clear, but not tuning in. And
what stopped this guy from fucking turning around and hitting a post fadeaway jump or doing a drive when he was already right here. He ran it out and threw it out. Like these guys, look at this guy. He's just standing here. They're just waiting. There's nobody's moving in for a screen or right here, and it's like, and then he want to get mad because the ball go out of bounds. Shut your goofy ass up. Dude, this is literally 16, 17 shots now, all three balls. They don't even let the play clock go to like fucking 10 and before shoot. Look at this. Another brick.
Well, I'm not mad about the wide open ones, but also a little bit because
What?
I
18
actually
bricks,
saw
bro.
I actually saw Chris Broussard say something about, I believe it was him, about limiting how many threes you could take in a game. I think like if you limit it to like 30, and that's like Warriors, like peak Warriors, like 3-point attempt numbers. I feel like that's good. Like 30
So
a game, like, but like
here's the
how would
thing.
How
then
would
you
you limit that? You
You
would get a
can't
penalty.
limit it. Yeah, we can't have penalties because that's another issue in the game. Okay,
maybe
that's
not a
another
penalty,
big
but
issue.
then like anything after your 30th is just a 2-pointer. And then teams are gonna probably do a little something, unless I don't know, they could
Yeah,
So
figure something out
I
unless
heard.
it's like inside 5 minutes of the fourth quarter and you're down, like some or like
So
do
are
some
you
shit like
talking
that,
about?
like
You
limit
gotta
it
Are,
to
like save them.
30 unless until the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, and then you're good, like whatever you can do, like
so you're talking about like 30 attempts, not 30 makes, because how many teams are
yeah,
really making?
30 attempts.
Yeah, nobody's making 30 3-pointers in a game.
I saw Colin Coward said that they should basically, let me put this back up again to explain this. He said they should remove corner corner threes, that you should
I
put
saw something
push
like that too,
you should
like
push the
change
arch
where the
back.
3-point line is.
Yeah, he said push the arch back and make it run all the way to the sideline. So there's no sideline three balls anymore. So you either have to shoot from here or you got to bring it in,
Yeah,
which
I,
could
I
work.
I saw that. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, maybe it'll work. Who knows?
But really, I mean, ultimately, if they're shooting if they're shooting like this right here, it won't. Ultimately, the mentality has to change
Yeah,
because and that's on the coaches. If all these players right here, bench them. Next game they don't play. Fuck it. You got 162 games or whatever, right? Something like that. 112 games, 100 plus games. I don't know.
82
And
games in a regular
82.
season.
All right, 160 is baseball, whatever. 80 games. Bench them the next game. We don't need that game. It means nothing.
Well, that's
Bench them all.
another. Hold on, though. But you bring up a good point, though. That's another reason why the ratings are down is because of load management. Well, I mean, you pay, especially when you buy tickets to go see a game. All of a sudden, you're the star that the stars aren't playing. That's why the game needs to be shorter. That's why the season needs to be shorter. I mean, not the game, the season, because if 82 games is too much,
Right.
then what are we doing here? Right? So,
And dude, I don't need you to play 40 years. Like, what the fuck?
That that is a
If
good.
you can't last the whole season, that's your obstacle. You're supposed to be able to last the whole season and then still make it to the playoffs. You're taking shortcuts here. At what point are we going to step in and be like, you have to play? You have to play unless you're on injury reserve.
Yeah, I think that would be a good solution, to be honest. Shortening this season to like 50 games, but the reason they won't is because they get money
yeah.
based on how many games they play and stuff. Like that's why they came back in during COVID, because they need to hit their benchmark or like what milestone whatever for however many games so that they got their TV money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about the TV contracts. You're totally right. I don't ever see them lowering the games. If anything, I see them extending. And you know what? If you're going to extend the games, then we need these bench players to be way better than what they are. So, to
Or
give
just
us a reason.
bring a little more skill back into it.
Check this out. Check this out. Joel Embiid has played 9 seasons. He's played 433 games. That's an average of 48 games per season.
Yeah, a lot of those are
He's
injuries too with Embiid.
he's
And
not even
B's just
playing
a
60
big
games
ass
per
dude who
season.
gets hurt.
Big
60%.
guys get hurt.
Like,
Big guys get hurt easily.
dude,
That's why I like LeBron, because LeBron, one of his best skills is not getting injured. And yes, that is a skill. Okay. He has been healthy as hell, but he is the leader in load management. He is the poster boy for that. And yes, I
I
know
would
he.
say I would argue Kawhi Leonard, but
Well, no, the reason why I say LeBron is because, yes, I understand LeBron goes to 9 straight finals at one point, right? That's a lot more games than he's playing than anybody else in the league. But with that being said, everybody took a cue from him. Everybody took a cue from him. So, and to be honest with you, Derrick Rose will still be here if there was a little bit more load management, right? You take
Yeah,
well,
you take him out of the game.
I think it was that and just Derrick Rose. Man, he
just
was
the
so
way he came
athletic.
down.
He was so athletic, and like he had never been hurt like that before. So it's like
Yeah,
he's gonna have that mentality of like, oh, I'm just dunking on people. I'm going hard, like
yeah,
all the time.
yeah,
Look,
I think that
yeah,
was like his thing, but also like Tom Thibodeau, he fucking, I mean, he ran all his guys into the ground.
yeah. He did.
Joel Embiid has been injured
Like what? Josh Hart played
since.
like what? Like every minute, like in a game in the playoffs or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Like you're trying
Dude,
to tell me this man doesn't get a break?
right.
Joel Embiid has been injured for over a year now. Injured, okay, over a year. He's not fucking injured still. A torn meniscus in your left knee? Are you fucking kidding me?
No, but
Dude, he's
it's like little
Melissa
shit. Like
recovered from a
oh,
torn meniscus in his fucking knee
who?
in like 3 weeks.
Who?
Melissa.
Joel Embiid.
Oh, Joel Embiid tore a meniscus in his left knee. Melissa recovered from meniscus tear in fucking 3 weeks.
You talking
Like,
about your wife?
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. She's not conditioned, and she's
No,
heavier.
Yeah, but she can't go out there and play an NBA
Dude,
basketball game.
dude,
she's
three
not three
months,
hundred pounds either.
3 months is what Joel Embiid should be getting.
No,
A
no,
year for a
no.
meniscus?
Yeah,
Come
dude,
on, bro.
dude, big guys,
Come on, bro.
big
Nah,
guys don't last, bro.
no.
Big guys don't
And
last.
fucking cut him because he's
And
got
to
a
compare
fucking
and to compare him to your wife is blasphemy.
bro. This guy's fucking should take 3 months. You got fucking players that are tearing whole Achilles and shit and being back in the next season.
I'm
Stephen
saying
A. is
though,
gonna
Jack.
tell you to stay off the weed. You keep talking like that.
I'm just yeah,
Nah,
for
man.
real.
There's
Can
a
Melissa
reason
do 82 basketball games though? Is what I'm asking.
he don't need to do 82, but why hasn't he played a single game in a year?
He's hurt.
He's not
And he's
hurt.
he's milking
He's
it.
not hurt. He's
He's milking
milking
it
it
too,
because he
but
has a guaranteed contract for millions of fucking dollars. He's robbing them. That's what he's doing. And at what point is the NBA going to
Joel
step
Embiid's
in and,
played though.
bro? How many
all
games did you play this season?
all
I feel
athletes
like he's played a
deserve
decent amount. He
guaranteed
just said
money
his
though.
He's got
I
a
think
fucking $213 million contract. He's making
Yeah,
53 million a year to sit on the fucking bench.
yeah. I think all athletes deserve all that money though. I'm not worried about his guaranteed contract, but you're right. He is milking it. But man, he's got team doctors, and you know what?
That's the point, though.
They'll cut his ass.
They're fucking nah. The
I'm
NBA
not
is
worried about
investigating them
people. I'm not worried
because
about
they
what.
think that the Embiid's giving them money to keep him down.
so. What do you think of like NFL players like the Chiefs sitting all their starters? Like
I think that's fucking bullshit. I mean, so in that situation, you're
NFL
talking
needs
about the
guaranteed
Bengals.
money.
Listen, you're talking about the Bengals, right? It's a
no,
double-edged
Chiefs,
sword.
Chiefs, Chiefs.
Against the Bengals
Oh
complaining that
yeah,
the
yeah,
Chiefs
yeah.
said, yeah,
Well, no, they were playing against the
the
Broncos.
Broncos,
The
yeah. So the
Broncos.
Bengals brought this up though, complained that they
Yeah,
would be in the playoffs if the Chiefs didn't sit their people. And
yeah.
it's like, okay, so that's a double-edged sword. First off, we're talking about a whole team, right? They only play 17 games. So if you're winning that much, like like the Chiefs are, you're kind of earning that right to have a week off. If you're one game off from the playoffs because you lost to the Ravens fucking twice that season and Steelers, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really have room to complain. But that's one game, and I still don't think so. Again, I think this is an obstacle. You have to be able to, they give you 17, 18 games for a reason. You have to be able to survive those games and still make the playoffs. If you don't, oh well, then you're not good enough.
I
So
I agree. I agree. I'm kind of torn on the thing because I kind of feel bad for the fans that like bought tickets for that game. and they instead of seeing Patrick Mahomes, they're watching Carson Wentz.
Right, and that's
And
why the fans are fucking tired of it. They're tired of buying tickets or sitting down to watch a game to see fucking bench players run into court, fucking throwing up 16 bricks.
I think we're talking apples and oranges here when it comes to the NFL and the NBA. It's not the same.
yeah, a little bit just
True.
because NFL is like not, or it's more contact, so
It's
you're more likely to get
well,
injured. So I understand it from their point. That's
But
why
to
I
your
say I'm torn.
point
plus, but
earlier,
hold on, no. Plus, though, plus it is risky to sit your players in the NFL because if you give your guys too long of a break, so the Kansas City Chiefs 2 weeks, now
Yeah.
they risk coming into the playoffs, real rusty, relaxed. I mean, once you're in like football is such a compact, short season, and this is again goes to my point. They need to lower the games, man.
that's what I
You
was
know,
gonna say. To your point, yeah, I
yeah,
think I
yeah,
think that's where it comes into play. If the NBA does lower their game count, then we get less, where we're these guys got to play, and it's also less of an issue for them to play. So it
yeah,
comes to more of a middle ground where we're like,
yeah,
okay, if they have less games, then it. I get- I I
yeah.
think I think we do got to lower the game count in the NBA for sure. Then.
It won't happen, but I think it would solve a lot.
Yeah.
Because
But
what the
it
fuck?
won't happen.
Why am I gonna watch? Why am I gonna watch 82 games and only 40 of them have the stars? I'm not.
That and only 40 games means something.
Exactly.
That's like baseball, 162 games. You can go 0-62 and fucking it doesn't even mean nothing.
Because you could turn it around and fucking
Yeah.
still.
I mean, maybe not 0-62, but you know what I'm saying though. I mean, you could start out literally 0-30. Those fucking first 30 games don't mean shit if you go on a run
Yeah.
or if you get a trade in the middle of the season or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right. And
so
turn it
But
it's
I
like
mean,
around
let's
and
okay. Baseball, bro. No matter how many games they have, that shit's boring as hell.
oh, I can't
we're
even
not
watch
gonna
it.
attack baseball.
I'm so
I,
glad they got the pitch count in there. That made it at least
yeah.
like
That shit's so
reasonable.
boring, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my!
Reasonable, but yeah.
I'll go to a Cubs or Sox game, bro, and I won't pay a damn. I won't pay attention.
I just go there to get drunk, look at some
Oh,
hoes.
literally, it's like this. I'm here to drink outside, and it
You
be
know what?
legal.
You know what's so funny? I thought this topic was gonna take 20 minutes, and we're already on 35
What I
minutes.
tell you, 40 minutes.
Yeah, yeah,
All right, Baldy, relax.
yeah. Well, I've
Sorry, I
said
get a little
everything.
intense.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. All right. So I think we came to a conclusion. Top three issues are 3-point game and mentality behind it. There's no playmaking, no defense, no assist, no short game. Stars and personalities. Nobody's trying to be interesting. And three is we need a shorter game season. Uh, whatever the fuck,
stepping
you
up.
know what I'm trying to say.
In
Stepping up.
conclusion, NBA, get your shit together.
Get your fucking shit together. Uh,
You
all
guys
right,
can
we
hear
got a
me?
call in from Marc. Let's see what he's got on the NBA ratings. Marc, what do you got for us?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah,
Am I too loud? I'm all
no,
good.
no, you're good.
I think I overheard you guys talking about the pushing the 3-point line like to the sides, like having no side 3-point shot, right?
Yes.
That's my biggest thing. I know you guys already brought it up, but I think that would be great. I think it would obviously the 3-point line would get clogged, so you'd only be able to keep like your guard and your big man up there playing like doing pick and pops and stuff. You can't have everybody in there clogging the lane. And then if it's all worth two, they're not just going to keep shooting corner twos, they're going to go to do post hooks, fades. They're going to get work. They're going to figure out plays to actually work in post play and like fadeaways, and mid-range game.
It's a good point. It would definitely change the whole. Yeah, you can't clog it up, so it would force them to change it. So even with that mentality, what are you gonna do? Have five guys up top looking like idiots?
Yeah, and there would be no space to shoot. Nobody would get a shot off.
What do you think about that, Kelly?
You know what, man? That's not a bad idea. I mean, I know when you said it earlier. Again, it is different, but then I got to go back to the NFL where they changed the kickoff rule so many times. So I guess I could see the NBA, I mean, that would be crazy though, right? I mean, seriously, like that'd be something crazy to take away the 3-pointers in the NBA. That would look so cool. It looks so different. It definitely would change the game though. And so yeah, I mean, you know, I could dig it. I mean, we could try it for a season, you know what I mean, and see how it goes. I mean, because that's what they would do.
I don't think they should get rid of the three, just the corner three, like
Right,
just
right,
the baseline, the sideline three. You know, like
right.
probably,
That's
probably
still a
from like the
drastic
free throw
change.
line.
But I
Yeah,
think you need
that's
something drastic so people take notice. Like people who don't even pay attention to the NBA anymore because they gave up on it, they'll hear such a drastic change and they'll be like, "Oh," and it'll pull them in. You know.
You
Yeah.
notice too, like there's not as much star power right now, and I feel like that has to do a lot with the fact that like basketball right now is team based. Like it's everybody shoots and we move the ball around and we just keep looking for shots. You know, 10, 15, 20 years ago, all this time when that wasn't the most productive way to play, you know, just getting threes, like stars would shine. People who could jump over you and dunk on you. People who had a crazy mid-range game like Carmelo. I mean, you know, like there's more room to really show off your talent when it's not like such team ball. Which, you know, there's something to say about like team basketball being like pretty and fun to watch too. But I personally prefer to root for stars as opposed to teams, especially in the NBA.
What do you think about that, Drew?
Stars in the NBA. I mean, like, bro, I feel like I already gave my opinion on that.
Yeah, you want more stars, right?
Yeah,
That's what Mark's pretty much saying. But Mark brings up a good point though, because the team basketball thing is also what a purist basketball person would love to see, right? Like a purist. But I think in terms of what we were talking about ratings wise, there's nothing like, you know, a Kobe or a LeBron or a Michael Jordan just taking over the game, or AI, you know.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I
That's
mean?
part of the love. Like that's part of the charm of basketball is that
That's
one-on-one cooking somebody work. You know.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. What do you think
I don't.
about that aspect of that he brings up, where like there's more, there used to be more one-on-one, taking it to the hole, knocking people around, you know, shooting it in their face with a fadeaway type.
I I didn't take it as like he was saying, oh, team basketball isn't the way, but like when the team is saying, okay, here's what we're trying to do, and we're just trying to get a three, I think that's where the problem comes. Not like, oh, not playing team basketball is bad. No, like I still think that's like interesting. Like the Spurs back in the day, the Warriors, like the movement, it was good, but it wasn't like, oh, we're doing this and we're just taking threes. Like
Yeah.
That's what
now,
look at the Cavs right now. What are they? 32-4. They're on
Yeah,
pace to beat the Warriors record, and
yeah,
nobody's mentioning it at all because
yeah.
it's all like I caught a game the other day and they move the ball like beautifully, like all over the place. It's just constantly everybody's putting up shots. It's not
That's a
like,
good point. That's a good
you
point,
know,
Mark. There is a team that's on pace to beat the all-time record, and they're not even talking about it.
now you're mentioning
That's
it.
just a good point of
Because
how
there's no
bad the NBA
stars.
ratings are. That
Yeah, because
but that I feel like that also goes back to star power because if LeBron's on
yeah,
that team, we're talking about it.
Yep,
right.
Donovan
Exactly.
Mitchell,
yep,
who?
yep. Even though a
Yeah.
basketball purist, right, and that's who's keeping. That's the 1 point whatever million that's watching, right? I mean, that's the people who are actually watching. A basketball purist would love the fact that, you know, a team is team ball right now has the best record in the NBA. You
Yeah,
know
it's
what I
the way to
mean?
win right now. Like
Yeah,
look at the Celtics. They like maybe they don't have the best guy in the series, you know, but they got the second, third, fourth, fifth, you know, like
right.
it's all team stuff right now. It's all team orientated. And that's cool too, to each his own, but
Yeah,
that's not my style.
yeah.
And you can
We
have
want
that,
the big three back.
but if you pull the
Yes.
three back, the 3 point away, then you bring back that forcing people to, like you said, elevate, become animals, take it to the hole, and just become these interesting characters. It's cool, you could to see things float around and like, oh, that's skill and it's balance, and everybody, you don't get a bum on your team where you're like, get this guy out of the court. But it's like either you can have both or you can't, but there's only really one way to tell. And I think moving that 3-point line back is the best way to find out.
I mean, I feel like back will only help it for so long. Like it will do something for a while, but people will adapt and they'll learn to shoot from further, and then it'll have the same problem all over again. And
that's where I said mentality needs to be changed, because in 10 years you'll have the same problem. It's like, what are we gonna do? Eventually just take the 3-ball out again? I mean, back in the day they didn't have a 3-ball.
Yeah, but that's definitely not the right. I mean, it's a tough equation, but I feel like you got to have the 3 still, but
or maybe in 10 years
Wembanyama, I would love to see
take
Wembanyama play in the
put a limit.
post.
What was that?
Yeah, why the fuck isn't he? He's a 7-foot fucking.
Because he could shoot, and if you can, it's either like the only efficient way to score the ball is a layup or a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Well, Drew, we might get a 3-point shot limit in 10 years once they evolve again.
I also heard that idea. I kind of wouldn't mind that, like capping off how many threes you would shoot. I don't know what number they would do, but that would be kind of cool, especially because like, it would change the way you plan like your whole game. Like, if the team's out of threes, you could just fucking crowd the paint and wait. Like that would be interesting.
I mean, it's
that
kind
would
of the
change
NFL,
everything.
they have to plan how they use their challenges,
Right.
or when they kick a field goal or go for it or whatever. There's aspects in the NFL like that really make the NFL shine. So it could change the game for the better in the NBA.
Once LeBron retires,
Adam Silver calling in next.
What was that about Adam Silver?
We actually have Adam Silver calling in next.
Oh yeah, I wish I'd fucking tear his ass up. I'm gonna tear his ass up. And next topic about the refs. Well, anyways, thanks for calling, Mark. Great points. Good having you. Call in next episode.
Yeah,
okay, Mark. Good points, bro.
Appreciate it. That was fun. Talk to you guys soon.
For sure.
Thank you.
All right.
We should have let him. I know we have a big platform here on the Shoot the Shit podcast, so we should have let him shout out some business ventures next time.
Does he have business ventures?
Only one way to find out, right?
Hey, Mark, next time have some business ventures up, man.
Yeah.
So you can shout them out.
Shit going on ready,
Make sure you start that carpenter fucking business you wanted.
What are you doing?
Right.
All right. So, anyways, as far as Adam Silver, let's get to the NBA refs being out of control. So late.